This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events, and it is a joy to have with us Dustin and Kaylin Evans at Southern Roots Brewery, and we're going to talk about New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so we are going to host another New Year's Eve party this year. Last year we did like a Roaring 20s theme, and this year we decided to go like decades. So we're going to do the 50s through the 2000s, costumes encouraged.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a DJ, we're going to have a host, we're going to have themed cocktails throughout the evening, so it should be a lot of fun.
Well, you know, people are always looking for something fun to do on New Year's Eve. Maybe they don't want to spend a fortune.
Sure.
Because you can.
Yes, yes.
At some of those planned events, I know. But this is going to be a fun evening, kind of remembering the ages.
Yeah.
And meeting with friends. So tell me a little bit about, first of all, where is Southern Roots? Where will this all be happening?
So we are located at 219 North 8th Street, corner of 8th and Columbus.
Blue building, can't miss it.
Yeah, blue building with a tap panel sticking out the side of the wall. So.
Well, and what's fun is it's really a great venue. Yeah, I mean, so you've got a stage you're going to have. Tell us about the entertainment.
Yeah, so we are going to have a stage brought in, and then we have the Sweetest Tea, who's going to be DJing for us for the evening. All of obviously the hot hits throughout the
decades. Yeah,
so that'll be fun. There's something for everybody that way, I think.
Yeah,
and then Andrew G is going to be our host to kind of take us through the decades through the evening, which I think is
That's going to be
nice,
fun.
nice treat. Yeah, and then we'll also do a local art raffle just to kind of showcase local artists throughout Waco and raise money to kind of give back to them. So.
Oh, man, this is going to be so much fun. And this is the kind of thing that 21 or older is
Yes,
not
yes.
going to be necessarily a young family, but, you know, usually for
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, you get a babysitter.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And
Let's
we're
face
giving
it.
people plenty of time to find somebody.
Exactly. Yeah, because that can get tricky as well. But New Year's Eve, and so this all gets started kind of later in the evening, right?
Yes. So we're going to have it officially doors open at 9 just to give us the opportunity to make sure all the decorations are good to go. And
Yeah.
we'll have a champagne toast included with the ticket price for everybody at midnight, watch the ball drop, and then party on for a couple more hours.
Celebrate the decades.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the cost is what?
So if you pre-order, it's going to be $25. We have the tickets on sale through our website. If you go under like our to-go orders, you can purchase it that way or call the brewery. And then night of, we will have tickets at the door as long as we haven't hit event capacity.
Okay, good. And I notice on your promotional thing, you've got the little QR code, and you can
Scan.
find that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're doing sponsorships as well.
Yes.
If anybody wants to be a part of this great
Yeah,
event.
Absolutely. So, not everybody is going to be throwing a big New Year's bash. A lot goes into it. And so
Yeah.
our thought was if we had local businesses interested in sponsoring, various decades, we could be doing shout outs and have their logos and their company featured throughout the evening just to, kind of bring awareness. We're going to have a bunch of people in one room for the night, so why not?
Yeah, advertise to them.
Yeah. Now, do you have a limit on number of people that you'll have? I mean, you'll be
For
sold out at.
attendees?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So we will hit like our event capacity, which I think legally to be safe is like 150.
Okay.
But we have an outdoor area as well, so it's not going to feel too packed.
You're right.
And we'll have a dancing area, so there'll be plenty of space for everybody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think people are going to want to be a part of this. All right. I guess is what the 90s, the rad 80s, the hip 70s, and the groovy 60s. Yeah. So you're going to provide all kinds of great benefits to any sponsors that are interested in being a part of decades, New Year's Eve decades. You're calling it a time warp.
Yes, not to be confused with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I actually our manager at Southern Roots, Naomi, said time warp, and I was like, I actually really like that because you're moving super fast through all the different years, and I thought it was a unique way to market it. So
Yeah.
I went with it.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, you've owned Southern Roots. How long did you start this business?
Yes. So I mean, that's more of a your
So
boots on the
Southern
ground.
Roots was my father was an avid home brewer, and I got into it too. And we would make beer every time one of my siblings got married. And we joked that I ran out of siblings getting married, so we would need to open a real brewery.
Might need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we looked around a little bit, and when we came across the city of Waco. So I'm originally from Killeen. My father and I were both stationed at now Fort Cavazos.
Yeah.
We came across Waco, and the city was just there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of enthusiasm, especially in the downtown area. And we said, hey, we want to open a brewery down here, and it was like doors are wide open. So we opened in 2019, October, and we've been there ever since. And we make craft beer. We've got beers named after the Alico building. We serve pizza, and we just really wanted a place where everybody could come. You can bring your kids, you can bring your grandma and grandpa. It's a good time for everyone.
Yeah, very family friendly.
Yes.
And it's fascinating, the whole process, the brewing process, and how craft brewing really is a very popular thing now.
Yes, and it's a lot more difficult than I realized going into it. 'Cause I'm not a big craft beer drinker, and I married into a family that is, and so I didn't realize that the science and the craft and
Oh,
art
yes.
really that goes into
Right.
being able to make something.
And it's a
good.
little quicker process than, say, winemaking.
Unless you do an aged beer.
Well, you can, right, and you can do that.
Takes us, I mean, we have beers that are as easy as 21 days to, we have beers that take about a year to make. So it just depends on how fun you want to get with it.
Yeah, so you're the brewer, you're the one that's...
I began as the brewer. Now we have a team of young guys and girls who are just super passionate.
Yeah.
And just they have a love for the craft and the industry. And I like to tell everybody that I'm the senior janitor.
Well, somebody's got to do that too. But, it is such a creative process, really, beer making is, because there's so many additives and things that you can do to create a very unique... what's your kind of premier beer? Do you have something that you always have? Are you constantly changing? Or?
I would say we are super proud of our Alico lager, which is named after the Alico
That's
building.
precious.
It's a Waco staple, and we really like that beer because it was designed to be just super approachable. Anybody, you don't have to like craft beer. You want something cold and crisp, Alico lager.
Okay, very good. And so... is it something you also bottle and you have available for folks to...
Yes, ma'am. We can it, and you might recognize the building on the front of the can. And you can find it at your local grocery stores. We're in some of the H-E-Bs. We're in liquor stores and gas stations, restaurants. And, of course, got it always on tap at the brewery as well.
Oh, that's awesome. And you also do a podcast. Tell me a little bit about Libations and Revelations.
Yeah. So during COVID, I think is really where the idea kind of stemmed from. I think more boredom than anything is.
Well,
hey,
a lot of things came out of that
Yes.
time period. That's true.
We both were, I should say, interested in conspiracy theories and kind of where they originate and how they become, they gain a life of their own, and people's
Some of them came true,
interpretations.
too.
Yeah.
Yes, and some of them
There's
do.
that.
And we had the idea of, it would be really fun to talk about the conspiracy theories, and then when we do an episode, we drink a beer or a cocktail that connects to the story, so where it originates from. And it kind of became a date night
Yeah.
activity for us. We have 4 kids, and so this was a perfect excuse for mom and dad to step away from that, do something that we like doing, and we get to bicker back and forth, which is in a good
But
way.
it's lighthearted.
Yes.
Yeah. And just kind of amuse. I mean, we're all just people on this rock spinning through the universe,
Yeah.
and we don't know any more than anybody else, but it's fun to talk about.
Yeah. And so that's a podcast you can find here through Rogue Media Network.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Very good. Well, I tell you what, it's been so much fun talking with you. We had about a minute left. Let's recap. New Year's Eve, Decades Time Warp
Yeah.
at Southern Roots Brewery. Again, the location is on 8th Street,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
At 8th and Columbus.
Yep.
It's a kind of happening little area
Yeah.
It is.
of Columbus,
It
for
is.
sure. And also, if you're interested in sponsoring, they will get you fixed up.
Yep.
So how can folks get in touch with you?
Yeah, so obviously social media, Instagram, Facebook, shoot us a message, call us at the brewery. If you're interested in tickets or sponsorship, we will get you settled.
Oh, you guys are just wonderful. Kaylin and Dustin, thank you so
Thank you
much
so much.
for planning this, because it's just another fun way to ring in the new year. It's hard to believe.
I know.
2024 is almost here.
We're almost there.
That's crazy. But thank you guys so much. Going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you'll be there as well. Good to have you with us on Central Texas Events. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network